Just this week, New Yorkers have seen a rise in violence, a deadly Legionnaires outbreak, and continued homeless encampments. But instead of focusing on these issues paramount to voters, Mayor Mamdani is doubling down on his call for Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to be arrested over alleged war crimes, and even making this shocking comparison.
When it comes to the ICC, they've put forward warrants, whether it's Yahya Sinwar, Benjamin Netanyahu, I think a few other members of the Israeli government. I believe that all of them should be honored.
Manhattan Institute fellow and a member of the Council on Criminal Justice, Rafael Mangual, joins me now. Rafael, you and I were talking, and I was reading through some of what you sent to our producers, and it stood out to me because it's something I was thinking as well. He promised to arrest Netanyahu. He's not delivering on that. Right. He promised grocery stores, government funded, not delivering on that. So at what point do voters wake up and say, we were lied to?
Well, I hope at no point, right? I mean, because I don't want him to deliver on any of the promises that he campaigned on, which is one of the reasons that the sky hasn't fallen in New York. I mean, Zohran Mamdani has failed, as you noted, to deliver government-run grocery stores. He's, failed to arrest Benjamin Netanyahu. He has failed to, deliver lower rents, right? I mean, he's frozen the rent for people who are lucky enough to get a rent-regulated unit, but rents just reached all-time highs across New York City. So people are seeing, their housing prices go up. With respect to crime, he hasn't followed through on any of the promises related to the NYPD. The gang database is still in operation. The SRG still exists, right? So, part of the story of at least the first 6 months of his mayoralty is that he hasn't actually delivered on any of the things that he ran on.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And in fact, on crime, what we're seeing is murder rates are down 21.7%, rape up, misdemeanor assault. You see that here, too. And a lot of this is a nationwide crime ticking down. The Trump administration is doing great work on the issue of crime. NYPD, great work on the issue of crime. But you see all those red arrows up. So a lot of work needs to be done. Mamdani's not necessarily the crime fighter.
No, he's certainly not the crime fighter. And, for all this talk about the ICC, I think he should focus more on the court system right here in New York City, which is letting people out time and time again, despite the fact that they are recalcitrant repeat offenders. I mean, just the other day, an individual was arrested with 14 prior arrests, out on parole with an open case for what? Shoving a 70-year-old woman onto the subway tracks, right? That's what he should be focusing on. That's what local mayors ought to be doing, is focusing on the bread and butter issues that they can actually exercise some control over. Now, yes, crime is moving in the right direction in New York City by and large. You have some of these recent increases, which are troubling, and homicides and shootings are absolutely near their all-time lows. But one of the things I don't think people appreciate enough is that since the pandemic, we have seen steady elevated levels of crimes like felony assault, robbery, burglary, car theft, which, while moving in the right direction for the most part, are still way up compared to their pre-pandemic lows.
No doubt. There was a stabbing outside of Applebee's. That's right in the heart of Midtown Manhattan. Right. And I want you to listen to this. This is the mayor talking about the uptick in New York City rape reports.
Well, I believe the NYPD, when they put forward their numbers, what we're seeing are some of the lowest numbers that New York City has seen in recorded history, especially when it comes to murders and shootings. These are the lowest we've ever seen. And what I think is important to know is a lot of the increase in rape also comes from an expanded definition of what counts as rape, as well as survivors coming forward for acts that took place years prior.
So the numbers are wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was a massive misstep on the mayor's part. I mean, look, we're talking about a year-over-year increase in rapes, right? So the thing that he's referring to is a 2024 act that expanded the definition of rape. And that's, certainly something you should take into consideration when doing a long-term analysis of that crime. But that doesn't explain why the offense is up year over year. And, there's a little bit of a sleight of hand that went on there in that clip, right? He talks about crime being at record lows, and he says especially shootings and homicides. No, not especially shootings and homicides, only shootings and homicides. Everything else is nowhere near their all-time lows.
That is quite a fact check. Rafael, thank you. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.